And I just thought about it. I was incarcerated. I got out on Thanksgiving, and she found out, well, it was my birthday, December 12th, that she was pregnant. I was just like, that's kind of quick.
Now, how long had you been incarcerated for?
I was incarcerated at that time for 90 days.
Modification and motion to confirm support of rearage. And this was filed by the Attorney General's office on January 23rd of 2025. The parties are all here on Zoom today. This is a remote proceeding, and I am sitting outside of Galveston County pursuant to the Texas Family Code, Section 201.1045. And nobody has filed any objections to proceeding in this manner. Mr. Lee, can you unmute and state your full name for the record, please?
Jonathan Austin Lee.
Thank you. And Ms. Jones, can you please state your full name for the record, please?
Loretta Mae Jones.
And can you both please raise your right hands to be sworn in? Do you each solemnly swear that any testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. You can lower your hands. And counsel for the Attorney General's office, please state your name.
Valerie Laskowski for the state.
Okay. And what is the issue today?
Judge, we are here present and ready on the state's pleadings, and there's a valid acknowledgement of paternity for the child Allison Gail Lee, born on August 7th, 2023. And Mr. Lee is requesting genetic testing for Allison prior to establishing an order.
How old is the child?
She is a little over 1.5.
You may proceed.
All right. The state would call Mr. Lee.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Lee, did you sign an acknowledgement of paternity for Allison when she was born?
That's the birth certificate, right?
No. It is a separate document than the birth certificate.
Then I believe so.
Okay. And
I think, yeah.
all right. Were you offered genetic testing at that time?
At the hospital?
Right. At the hospital.
Yes.
All right. And
Nothing really.
why did you not take the facility up on that request at that time when that was made available to you?
Me and her were together at the time, and I wasn't really thinking anything about it. I just want to make sure before I do pay child support. I just want to be 100%.
And you signed a legal document that
All right, guys, let's break this down. This case opens with a man casually dropping a bombshell. He was incarcerated, gets out, and suddenly there's a pregnancy timeline that doesn't sit right with him. Now we're in court over paternity, and despite already signing paperwork, he's backtracking. Right away, you can tell this is going to hinge on timing, doubt, and whether he waited too long to question things.
a legal document that establishes you as the father, even though you were offered genetic testing and didn't take it. Is there any reason for you to believe that you are not her father, not Allison's father?
I just want to make sure. That's all.
All right, pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay. You may call your next witness.
The state would call Ms. Jones.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Jones, are you asking for the court to order genetic testing for Allison?
If that's what he wants, yes, I 100% believe that she is his.
All right, pass the witness, Your Honor.
Sir, is there any reason to think you're not the father? I guess I'm not understanding why you would question this.
Because I was incarcerated.
I'm sorry?
I was incarcerated, and then when I got out, it just, the time period, it just didn't seem right after I thought about it. And I just thought about it afterwards, and I was like, okay. I was like, because I already knew this day would come. I just been waiting on to get served with the child support papers. And I just thought about it. I was incarcerated. I got out on Thanksgiving, and she found out it was my birthday, December 12th, that she was pregnant. I was just like, that's kind of quick, but
How
it's not.
long had you
It's
been
not impossible.
No. How long had you been incarcerated for?
I was incarcerated at that time for 90 days.
The state walks him straight into a corner. He signed an acknowledgement of paternity, was offered a DNA test, and still said yes without hesitation. Now he wants certainty. That's a tough sell. Courts don't love when someone ignores options early, then demands proof later. His reasoning isn't suspicion, it's hesitation, and that's a weak foundation to reopen something legally established.
And when she found out she was pregnant, she was newly pregnant, or do you know what
Yes.
trimester she was in?
I do not remember, to be honest with you. I do not. The main thing for the genetic testing, I just want to be 100% sure before I'm court ordered to pay what the lady before told me.
That's not really a basis to do the genetic testing, so that's why I was asking if there was a different reason. Ms. Jones, do you have a response to his reason?
No, ma'am.
In light of the testimony presented, I'm going to grant the genetic testing. What reset date do you want to use?
November 12th? I'm sorry, November 10th? November 10th
Whoa,
at
whoa, whoa.
8:30.
It's going to take us 6 months to get testing back?
No, Judge, but Mr. Lee does have a new child due in October.
Okay, well, I did not know that. So please, when you do dates that are really far out, let me know why, because that's
Okay.
I don't want to get in the habit of setting things 6 months out. So your
Noted.
child who was born is due in October.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone really needs to be ready in November because that is a long reset. So if anyone has, sir, let me talk. If anyone has information about insurance for this child, through jobs, through other sources, whatever you're doing, please bring that with you. Breakdowns of costs of that insurance. If you're all addressing back child support and you're all going to claim you've been paying or not paying, bring evidence of that as well so we can proceed. Sir, if you're working, please bring tax returns, pay stubs, information so we can do accurate child support. If there's any witnesses you're all going to want to call because visitation or custody is an issue, please have those ready to prepared to be here on Zoom that day, because that is a long reset. So usually, you come again, and if there's issues that bubble up, I'll give you time to prepare. I don't think you're going to be able to get that because this is a very long reset. Okay? Does anyone have any questions? And what was that date again? November
10th, Judge. And in the interim, the state would also request that the court order Mr.
The mother stays calm and confident. She's not fighting the test because she knows the result won't hurt her. Meanwhile, the father leans entirely on timing, pointing to his incarceration and the pregnancy announcement. But even he admits it's not impossible. That hesitation kills his argument. Doubt without evidence doesn't usually move a court, and the judge clearly sees that.
Lee to participate in the Choices program through the Texas Workforce Commission.
Is he working right now? Can you present some testimony on that issue?
Yes, Judge. May the state briefly recall Mr. Lee?
You may.
All right. Mr. Lee, are you currently employed?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
Right now it says getting a job. I have a deferred felony from running on a motorcycle from the cops, and to get any decent job to where I could still pay the child support that I have on mine and Lori's other daughter, and also still afford gas to get back and forth to work and everything else. It's very hard to get a decent job because right now, all the jobs that I guess you would call it a second choice, besides McDonald's or something like that, aren't really hiring. I tried to get a TWIC card, I got denied. Tried a couple other places, like the boat, working on boats, and I can't do that because I'm restricted to Galveston County. I have to have a release note to be able to go work out of town, out of state, stuff like that. So it's been a handful. I will say this: I should be getting off probation this year. I just don't know when. And after that goes into place, I will most certainly, I'm like 85% sure right now that I will have a job at a place called Circor, and they do pay decent. At that point, I would probably get a hold back with y'all so we can do a reset on the pay, because if I'm paying child support on minimum wage, I just don't seem like that's right. I should provide the actual statements and pay stubs.
And Judge, for that reason, the state would ask the court to order Mr. Lee into the Choices program, as the Choices program does have experience working with individuals with criminal record barriers to employment.
Okay. Before we get to that, I heard you say you have another child with Lori. Is that Miss Jones here?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a court order with you and Miss Jones over another child?
Yes.
What county is that order out of?
It's this order, Judge. This is adding. This is an establishment of an additional child to a previous order. Yes.
Okay. I am going to grant the DNA.
Despite the weak reasoning, the judge grants the DNA test anyway. That's not validation, it's caution. The court would rather confirm than risk enforcing support on the wrong person. But notice the shift. Now deadlines, preparation, and documentation come into play. This just turned from a simple doubt into a structured legal process with real consequences.